Hello, welcome to next session. In this session, we solve XC solid mechanics paper of year 2016 for the GATE exam. Okay. Question 1 to question 9 carry 1 mark each. Okay. The question 1 is a single degree of freedom vibrating system has mass of 5 kg, stiffness of 500 Newton per meter and damping coefficient of 100 Newton second per meter. Okay, to make the system critically damped, option A, the mass of the system is to be increased by 1.2 times. B, only the stiffness is to be reduced by half. C, only damping coefficient is to be doubled. D, no change in any of the system parameter is required. So to make the system critically damped, so we have to check the its damping coefficient or critical damping. Okay, critical damping coefficient. Okay, so the critical damping coefficient is given by CC is equal to given by CC is equal to 2 root K multiplied by M. Okay, here K is your 500 Newton per meter. Okay, and mass is your 5 kg. Okay, so finding out CC, that CC comes out as 100 Newton second per meter. Okay, now the given C, the damping coefficient is also 100 Newton second per meter. Okay, so there is no change required to make it critically damped because damping coefficient is already according to that critical damping condition. Okay, so answer is your B. Next, a L-shaped robotic arm AB is connected to a motor at end A. Okay, this is end A. And a magnetic gripper at B. This is gripper at B. As shown in the figure. If the arm is rotating with an angular velocity of 2 radian per second and angular acceleration of 3 radian per second square, the magnitude of acceleration in meter per second square at of the end B is, we have to find out the acceleration of this end. Okay, and then omega is 2 and alpha is your 3 radian per second. Okay, so first of all, this is the point about which the arm is rotating. So we have to calculate this distance to, to get the radius. Okay, now this is point 0.4, this is point 0.3, so it should be point 0.5. Okay, here and adding and then scale. Okay, then this distance is your zero point 0.5 and angular velocity is your 2 radian. Okay, now the velocity of point B is your omega into AB. That is 2 into zero point 0.5, that is 1 meter per second. Okay, 1 meter per second. Now the tangential acceleration. Now alpha is your 3 radian per second and AB is your uh, zero point 0.5. So tangential acceleration is given by alpha into AB. So 3 into zero point 0.5, that is 1.5 meter per second square. Okay, so that is your tangential acceleration, and there is also centripetal acceleration due to the rotation that will act in this direction from the point where we need to find our centripetal acceleration to the toward center. So it will act like this. Okay, centripetal acceleration will act this, and its magnitude is v square by radius. Radius is 0.5. Okay, so centripetal acceleration is 2. Now the uh, uh, tangential acceleration will act perpendicular to AB and the centripetal acceleration will act towards A. Okay, so resultant acceleration is 1.5. Okay, plus 2, 1.5 square, scaling and adding and then square rooting. Okay, 1.5 square plus 2 square is equal to 2.5. Okay. So the resultant acceleration is your 2.5. Option D is the right answer. Next, a block of weight 100 Newton in static equilibrium on inclined plane which makes an angle 15 degree with the horizontal. The coefficient of friction between inclined plane and the block is zero point 0.3. The magnitude of friction force acting on the block is, so this is a block given and with its weight as 100 Newton, angle alpha 15 degree. Okay, so so we have to find out the magnitude of friction force acting on the plane. Okay, so weight is your 100 Newton and its component in this direction is 100 cos 15 and in this it is 100 sin 15. So balancing this Rn is equal to 100 cos 15. Okay, Rn is equal to 100 cos 15. Okay, and the friction force will be according to laws of limiting friction, that is mu Rn. So mu is your point 0.3 and 100 into cos 15. Okay, so it is 28.97 Newton. Okay, next question number 4. The lower end of the rigid bar AB is moving. The lower end of the rigid bar AB is moving horizontally on the floor towards right with a constant velocity of 5 meter per second. That is, this this end is moving with velocity 5 meter per second. Okay. The point B is sliding down. So this point B is sliding down. It is moving like this and it is sliding down. Okay, on the wall. The magnitude of velocity of point B at instant theta is equal to 30 degree is, so at the distance you have to find out the velocity of B. Option A 0, option B 4.34 meter per second, option C 7.25 meter per second, option D 8.66 meter per second. Okay, now this can be solved by using I center. Okay, so uh, we assume that there is a slider at point A and there is also a slider at point B. So the slider is moving, this slider is moving in this direction and this slider is moving downward direction. Okay, so we can take this as fixed link. Okay, and these two as slider and this as link 3. Okay, okay, so uh, this is as 2, this is 3 and this is 4. Okay, so I12 will be at infinity because sine 2 is rotating about infinity. Okay, and I14 will be at infinity because slider 4 is rotating about infinity. Okay, now uh, the common point between 1 and 2 is this, 2 and 3 is this. So I23 will be this point. Similarly, I34 will be this point. Okay, now to find out the velocity of B, we need to find out the I center I3, I13. Okay, so now 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 4, 1 are known. Okay, line by joining line I12, sorry, I12 and I23, and I3, I4. Okay, this is the line I12, I14, sorry, I1, I34 and I41. So line 34 and 41, and this is the line as I12 and I23. So this is the point. Okay, so this point is I13. Okay, so this is the center. So this center is this is center. So it means the link 1 is fixed and 3 rotating about it. Okay, link 1 is fixed and 3 rotating about it. And the point B and point A are on link 3, are also on link 3, okay, because these are the common points. B is the common point of 2 and 3, and A is the common point of 2 and 3 and 4, okay. So now velocity of this point is known, okay, Vb is equal to omega 3 I 23 I 13 I 23 I 13 omega 3, sorry, for point B. If omega is the angular velocity of link, then this link is rotating is about this point because one is fixed and this is the time I think I one thing. Okay, so uh, velocity of point B is radius into angular velocity. Okay, omega 3 into this is radius I 23 I 13. Okay, similarly velocity of point A is omega 3 I 34 I 34 I 13. Okay, so finding the ratio of these two VB by VB, VA, I 23 I 13, I 23 I 13, I 34 I 13. Okay, so VB by VA, VB, VA is your VA is your 5. Okay, force velocity 5. VA is your 5. Okay, and this angle is your 30. I 23 I 13 I 34 I 13. This is here, then it will be I 23 base by perpendicular, that is cos or 1 by tangent 30. Okay, so from this, as V is given, that is 5. Okay, from this we can find out VB, that is 8.66 meter per second. So answer is here 8.66. Okay, 8.66. Okay, so when the velocity of this A is 5, then the velocity of this B in terminal is 8.66. Okay, next question. The state of plane stress at a point in a body is shown in the figure. The allowable shear stress of the material of the body is 200 MPa. According to the maximum shear stress theory of failure, the maximum permissible value sigma in MPa is. So this is your diagram. This is sigma sigma. This is compressive stress. This is tensile stress. Okay. So maximum shear stress in this case is sigma plus sigma by 2. Okay, because this is the maximum principal stress. This is the minimum principal stress. And maximum shear stress is given by sigma 1 minus sigma 2 by 2. So the maximum shear stress is sigma plus sigma by 2. Okay, that is sigma. Now allowable shear stress is given as 200 MPa. Okay, so uh, according to maximum shear stress theory, this is sigma, as maximum shear stress is also sigma, so sigma should be 200 MPa. Okay, so answer is 200 MPa. Next, for a cylinder, for a cylinder steel column of circular cross section, the critical buckling load is PCR. If the diameter of the column is doubled, bracket keeping other parameter keeping other material and geometrical parameters same, let's close, then the critical buckling load of the column is option A PCR by 16, B 8 PCR, C 2 PCR, D 16 PCR. So this is the PCR. PCR is the sorry critical load. Okay. Now for the in general for the pin jointed, as a conditions of the conditions for end joints are not given. Okay, so we take the general case. Okay, so that let us take pin jointed end. Okay, then PCR is your pi scale EI for pin jointed. It is pi scale by EI by L scale. Okay, now it is given that the joints and joints are not changed. Okay, but other parameters like diameter is double. Okay, okay. So initially the PCR only diameter will be sorry I is the only factor, only the diameter is dependent. Okay, so PCR will be direct proportional to I and it is direct proportional to D4. Okay, now diameter is double. Now then the new PCR or PCR1 is your 2D4. Okay, so by this ratio we can get PCR by PCR1 1 by 16. So PCR1 is 16 PCR. Okay, option B. Next, a closed thin cylindrical pressure vessel having an internal diameter of 1000 mm and a thickness of 10 mm is subjected to an internal pressure of 4 MPa. The maximum shear in MPa induced in the cylinder is neglect the radial stress. Okay, as we have to neglect the radial stress, so it means the radial stress is zero. Okay, so and in thin pressure vessel, the maximum stress is hoop stress, and that is equal to PD by 2T, and longitudinal stress is PD by 40. Okay, so by putting this P is equal to 4 MPa, D is equal to 100 mm, 1000 mm, and T is equal to 10 mm. Okay, so sigma theta is 200 mm. Okay, 200 MPa, and sigma L is your 100 MPa. Okay, so and sigma R is zero. So now maximum stress is your 200 and minimum is 0. So maximum shear stress is sigma max minus sigma min minus 2. That is 200 minus 2 by 0 minus 2 or 100. Next, a solid circular shaft subjected to pure torsion develops a maximum torsional shear stress of 120 MPa, keeping the torsional moment same. If the diameter of the shaft is doubled, then the maximum shear stress in MPa induced in the shaft is now torsional shear stress is 120 MPa. Okay, it means tau is 120 MPa. Okay, and if the diameter of the shaft is double. Okay, and diameter is if D is the diameter. Okay, then this tau is 16T by pi d cube 120 MPa. Okay, now if the diameter is doubled, okay, and torque is same for the same torque, the tau 1 will be 16T by pi 2d cube. Okay, now this value is 120 MPa, so it will be 120 by 8 or 15 MPa is the next. On a single straight track, a vehicle of mass 500 kg moving with a velocity of 25 meter per second strikes another vehicle of mass 250 kg moving with a velocity 10 meter per second in the same direction. After the impact, if both the vehicles stick together, the common velocity in meter per second with which both vehicles will move together is now this can be solved uh, by conservation of momentum. Okay, so momentum before impact should be equal to momentum after impact. So momentum before impact is uh, mass of vehicle 500. Okay, and velocity is 25. Okay, and mass of the other vehicle is 250 and velocity is 10. So total momentum is 525 plus 250 into 10. Now, suppose after the impact the velocity is v, then the total mass is 500 plus 250. Okay, then it will be in the final momentum. So from this we can solve v is equal to 20 meters per second. Okay, next 2 marks question. So answer is 20 meter per second. Next question number 10. A system with three forces and a concentrated moment at A is shown in the figure. The system is replaced by an equivalent force system with a single force and a single couple at point O. This is point O. Okay. Here 50 Newton load and 50 Newton meter torque is acting. Okay. The magnitude in Newton meter of the equivalent couple at O is okay. Here the weight of here 200 Newton is also acting. Okay, and here 100 Newton is also acting. Okay, this is the figure given. Okay, we have to find out equivalent moment at O. Okay, now taking moment about O, taking clockwise positive and anti-clockwise negative. Okay, so so this 200 into this 2 okay will be clockwise. Okay, like this clockwise. Okay, 200 into 2 will be clockwise like this. And your 100 into this is point O for you. This point is O. Okay, 100 into 2. Okay. And its horizontal component will pass through it. Okay. And vertical component will create moment. Okay. 100 into then it will be 100 sine 30 into 4. Okay. That will be anti-clockwise. Okay. And minus 50 will be anti-clockwise. This 50 will pass through O. Okay. So we will see. Okay. Okay. So this is 200 into 2 minus 100 sine 30 into 4 minus 50. Okay. So 400 minus it comes out as 150 Newton meter. So this load, okay, this load and the horizontal component of this load will pass to this point. Okay. Next. A block A on a smooth inclined plane is connected to block B as shown in the figure using an inextensible cord which pass over a massless and frictionless pulley. Initially, the block B is constrained to be at rest. If the constraint on the block B is released, the magnitude of velocity of block B after 2 seconds from its release is option are not given, assumed G. So this is the block, this is the figure given. Okay. So this is a block A and this is a block B. Initially they are at rest because of the constraint provided in the 100 kg block. Now when the constraint is removed, the block B will start moving downwards. Okay. So its inertia force will act in upward direction. Okay. And this weight will act in downward direction and tension in the spring will be in upward direction. Similarly, so T is equal to M1, balancing this forces, T is equal to T plus M1A is equal to M1G. Okay, okay, T is plus 10A, M1 is your 10, 10A plus 10G. Okay, so for block A, sorry, sorry, this is for block B. This is B. Okay, now this is now for block A, the the weight acting along the inclined plane will be M2G sine 30 and uh, perpendicular to the inclined plane will be M2G cos 30 as friction is no is as this the inclined plane is smooth. Okay, so we need not to take Rn component. Okay, because Rn component is the responsible for force of friction. So we will take only this component of weight. Okay, M2G sine 30 and as log is moving in this direction, okay, then the M to A is the inertia for the interaction and P is the tension for the blockage. So T is equal to these two summation of these two. Okay, so M to A plus M to G sin 30. M2 is your 5 5A plus this is sin 30 is 5 by 2G. Okay, so from equation 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2, okay, equating T, okay, and solving it for A is 5 meter, we get 5 meter per second square. Now U is the, now we have acceleration of this block and this block, okay. So the question is, what is the magnitude of velocity of block B after 2 seconds? So this is block B. What is the velocity of block B after 2 seconds? So when the constraint is just removed, the velocity is zero. Okay, and acceleration is your 5 meter per second. Here, now using V plus V is equal to U plus 80, we can get T. So putting U is equal to 0, A is equal to 5, and T is equal to 2, we can get V is equal to 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. Okay. So answer is 10. Next, the vibrating system shown in figure carries a mass of 10 kg at the free end, where the static deflection is 1 mm. The system is to be replaced by an equivalent vibrating spring mass system having equivalent mass of 2 kg. Assume G is equal to 10 meter per second square, the natural frequency in radian per second, and the stiffness in kilonewton per meter of the equivalent system respectively are option A 10 and 20, option B 20 and 100, option C 100 and 20, option D 1000 and 20. So this is your uh, vibrating system. This is 2 meter, this is 1 meter, and mass 10 kg is placed here. Okay, you have to calculate the frequency of this system. We know the frequency, the natural frequency, and stiffness of the system. Okay, we know that the frequency is g by deflection. Okay, so first of all we will find out the deflection of this one. Okay, deflection is sorry given. Deflection is 1 mm. Okay, so natural frequency is your 10 into 1000 by 1. Okay, into 100 radian per second. Now again the frequency is also given by root k by m. Okay, the mass is your 2 kg. Okay, mass is your 2 kg. Natural frequency is thickness of the equivalent system. Mass of the sorry, mass of the equivalent system is 10 2 kg. Okay, when we indicate it by a spring mass system, then the mass is your 2 kg. Okay, for the equivalent system, the frequency is root k by m. Okay, now the if you have the same frequency and putting m is equal to 2 kg, we can get k. So k is your 20,000 Newton per meter or 20 kilonewton per meter. Okay. So answer is your 100 and 20. Answer is C. Okay. Next, a beam having flexural rigidity EI and length L is subjected to a concentrated end moment M naught as shown in figure. For EI is equal to 4 into 10 to the power 3 Newton meter square and L is equal to 1 meter and M naught is equal to 8 kilonewton meter. The state energy stored in kilonewton meter in the beam and the rotation in radian at the free end respectively are A 8 and 0.02 B 8 and 2 C 8 and D and 0.04 D point 8 and 2. Okay. So M naught is your bending moment. Okay. You have to calculate the strain energy stored and the rotation. Okay. The strain energy stored is m square dx by ei. Here m is your m naught because no extra load is being applied. Okay, only the moment is being applied, so the moment is m naught. Okay, so strain energy is your m naught square l by 2ei. Okay, putting the value of m naught l and ei, we can get strain energy as 8 kilometer meter. Okay, so finding the rotation, to find out the rotation, we have to differentiate this strain energy with respect to m. Okay, differentiating this strain energy with respect to m, we can get m naught L by EI. Putting the m naught L by EI. Okay, so this is 2 radian. Okay, so rotation is 2 radian. So answer is 8 and 2. So option B is the right answer. At a point O on metal sheet, a square OABC of a unit side length is drawn. The sphere undergoes a small uniform elastic deformation and deforms O A star B star C star. Okay, so now initial shape is O A B C and final shape is O A star B star C star. Okay, okay, as shown in figure. All the dimensions are in mm and figure is not to the scale. The normal strains epsilon x, epsilon y and shear strain tau xy developed in the here respectively are options are given. Okay, we will find out the value and then check the option. Okay, now we can see that this x dimension is initially 1. Okay, now it is decreased by 0.002. So uh, change in x is 0.002. Okay, and divided by 1. Okay, so this is the strain is your minus 0.002 by 1. This will be minus 0.02. So answer will be one of A and B. Okay. Now in y direction, the initial dimension is this EY. Okay. And final dimension is corresponding to this. Okay. Sorry, this OC dash. Now we will calculate OC dash. OC star, sorry. OC star. OC star is your 1 plus uh, this is your 1. OC star is your you have to click OC star. This is your 1. Okay, this is your 1 and this is your 0.03. Mm. So this is your point. This if we draw a small line here, okay, then this will become the 1 plus 0.0025. Okay, so and this will be 0.03. Okay, so it is making a right angle triangle with 90 angle here. So where perpendicular is 1.0025 and base is just 0.003. So you can get this dimension OC. Okay, OC star. So OC star is 1 plus 0.0025 here plus 0.003 here. So OC star is 1.005 to 5044. Okay. So the change in y is your OC star minus OC. So this is the change in y. Okay. So Angle is 0.003 divided by 1. Okay, and here the angle is 0.001 divided by 1. Okay, so this angle, this 90 angle is now changed to this angle. Okay, and this angle is 90 plus 0.003 minus 0.001. Okay, so change in angle is change in orientation is 0.003 minus 0.001. So answer is here 0.002 because here here it is increased and here it is decreased. So net change is 0.003 minus 0.001. Okay, so answer is here 0.002. So answer is A. Okay. A option with EY as 0.05 and here 0.002. Next, Bohr circle for the state of plane stress at a point is shown in the figure. The unit of stress in MPa and circle is drawn not to scale. Which of the following options stress value in MPa is true? Okay, so we have to find out sigma A, sigma B, sigma 1, and sigma 2. Okay, so let us find out. So we can see that this is the origin of the Mohr circle and this is center of Mohr circle. Okay, and this is 30 and this is 40. Okay, and this is 20. So this is your so sigma A is the this distance O to A originally. Okay, O to A originally. So this is 30, this is 20, so this will be, and this is negative direction, so will be minus 50. So answer is either of zero, A or B. Okay. Now let us calculate B. Now this dimension is your 30. Okay, and this dimension is your 4. Sorry, now we have to calculate the radius. No? Let us see. PA is your radius. Okay. Now this is your 30. Okay, this is your 30. And BE is your 40. So this is also same. Okay. So this is 40. This is 30. So we can calculate radius CA. Okay. Okay, CA. Now radius is your shear stress. Okay, that is 50. Now this radius is this amount. Okay, and this is 40. So this will be your CE will be your 50 square minus 40 square, that is 30. Okay, now this is your 20. So this will be sigma B will be your 10. Sigma B will be 10. Okay, so sigma B is your 10. So answer is A. Okay, you can find out other quantities also. But answer is A. So now sigma 1 is your sigma 1 is your this. If it is maximum, then it is OF. OF is your CF minus CO. CF CF minus CO. So CO is 20 and CF OF. Okay. CF is your radius. Okay, radius is 30. Oh, sorry, 50. So 50 minus 20. Okay. Similarly, you can find out this is 20 and radius plus summation of this 20. So this is 20. This is 20 and this is 50 and this is 20. So we can find out other quantities also. So option A is the right answer. Okay. Next, as shown in the figure, link AB and CD support rigid members BD. Link AB and CD are made of aluminum alloy E is equal to 200 GPa, and each has a cross-section area of 100 mm square. All the members are pin connected and all the dimensions are in mm. Neglecting the weight of the member, elongation of the length AB is elongation of the length AB is now uh, area is 100 mm square. Okay, cross section area is 100 mm square. So AB and CD support member. Okay, now here 6 kilonewton load is active. Okay, now the effect of 6 kilonewton load will be the reaction of reaction on this AB. Okay, now let RAB or and RCD be the reactions or the forces shared by the two members. Okay, now taking moment about this D joint, so RB into 300 is equal to 600, sorry, it should be 6,000. Okay, 6,000 into 200, it should be 4 kilo newton. So answer is sorry 4 kilonewton. Okay. Now this the load carried by this AB is 4 kilonewton. So we can find out extension. So 4 into 1000 divided by area. Area is area and EN. Area divided by area is 100. Okay. E is 100 GPa. AE 100. Okay. E into L. L is your 1000. L is your 400. Okay. L is your 400. Okay. So answer is your 0.16. Okay, that's 1004 kilometers. For converting kilometer into meters. Okay. So answer is 0.16 million. Okay. Answer to question number 16 is 0.16. Next, figure shows an elastic beam of constant flexibility EI and length M. The transverse deflection Vx for the beam is represented by equation Vx m0 x cube minus x square L divided by 4 EIL, where m0 is applied couple, L is 100 mm, m0 is 100 Newton mm. Then the magnitude of shear force at the middle of the beam at x is equal to L by 2. So here V is the transverse deflection. Okay, at distance x. Okay. Now we know that the sorry, uh, we know that sorry, we take this EI here, okay, and then differentiate it, okay. Then dV by dx is your this quantity, okay, and then again differentiating EI d square by dx square. So this is the inverse equation, okay, and in the inverse equation this is the value of moment, okay. So m is your m naught 6x minus 12. So m is your uh, this quantity. Okay. So now we have to find out the shear force. Okay. The shear force at the middle of the beam. Okay. The magnitude of shear force is, now we know that the shear force is uh, dm by dx. Okay. So F is your m naught divided by 4L 6. Okay. So the shear force is dm by dx. Okay. dm by dx. So this is your 6 m naught by 4l. Okay. So m naught is your m naught is your 100 Newton mm. Okay. And L is your 6. Okay. L is your 100 mm, okay, and we have to find out that L by 2, okay. So we have already put that X, okay. We need not to put X, okay. It should put the same everywhere, okay. So X is not there,